You know, Mr. Hall's class, we're pushed to our limit, but I derive much happiness from his class because it's an integral part of my education.
I want to thank Mr. Bassett for helping me be fit and healthy.
I just want to say thanks to Mr. Dixon for being awesome and getting together a robotics team. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Mr. Gakur for the wonderful 2 years that you have taught me geometry and algebra. And you're a wonderful teacher, and thanks for letting me borrow your calculator during the PSATs when I forgot it.
I want to say thanks to Ms. Hadlock because she's a really hardworking individual, and even though she's new to the job, she's done a lot for the program already and the ambassadors love her.
I want to say thanks to Mr. Brown for teaching me so much about 3D animation.
I want to thank Mr. Brown for helping me so much with architecture and engineering.
I want to say thanks to Ms. Brown for helping me with everything, not just in school, but outside of school as well.
Thanks, Dr. Jackie, the real MVP, for making sure your students understand the material and really hammering it into their heads.
I want to thank Mr. Hinton for being an awesome teacher. He offers a lot of conversation in class and talks to us and has an actual discussion instead of just lecturing. And he's a really cool teacher, and I'm glad he's at ATEC this year.
Hi, Ms. Stern. I just want to say thank you to you because you're a very honest and kind teacher.
And you obviously seem to care about your students, so thank you.
Yep.
I want to thank Mr. Schopfer for teaching us a lot of awesome sports.
I'm thankful for Ms. Doyle, who's put in a ton of time to make sure that we all know and understand the law.
Mr. Bunn's awesome because he shows us how to do complex equations and how to solve them, and he shows us like different components of gravity and friction and motion and motion. And he's funny and he likes to talk about food and
Mr. J, I just wanted to thank you for being the most generous and honest and kind teacher that I've ever had. I want to thank you for that. So,
I want to say thank you to Mr. Luce.
Thank you for being such a great teacher and always answering our questions and putting your heart and soul into teaching.
Ms. Panconen makes class fun and enjoyable. It's great.
Miss Reed is a legitimate genius and is always willing to impart her knowledge on any student as both a teacher and a debate coach. So, thank you, Miss Reed.
I am grateful for Mr. Charles because he always likes to make his classes very interactive so you never get bored.
I want to say thanks to Miss College because she's a really great teacher.
I'm thankful for Miss College because she's super passionate about her job and she's always willing to give students that extra helping hand.
Hi, Ms. Slobodnik. You always have a great positive attitude.
And you're always available for help after school.
Thank you, Ms. Slobodnik.
I want to say thanks to Mr. Phelps because he teaches really well and makes it very clear to understand what's going on in the class.
I like Mr. Othorpe because he teaches me computer science and things.
Alright, so I'm thankful for Mr. Underwood because besides being a good teacher, he's very funny, and besides, even though he has a lot of white hairs, he doesn't let that stop him from his teaching.
Thanks, Mr. Winkle.
For making lectures fun.
I appreciate Mr. Mayo because I appreciate his hard work he put toward DECA and his hard work he put toward his classes. I love DECA.
Hello, Mommy Lee. I'd just like to say thank you for everything you do. You inspire me to do greatness to this world. Big shout out to you.
I'm thankful for Mr. Clinton's support and helping me out through my tough times, and also to give me the opportunity to take a test in her room and just give me general assistance whenever I need it, and to have a cushion for whenever I'm emotionally challenged or emotionally troubled. I can go seek her for help. Whether I do it or not is my decision, but I still appreciate the option of being there.
Hey, Ms. Schreiner, thank you for making class really fun. We read a lot of interesting stories, and you're a sarcastically fun teacher.
Thank you, Mr. Kamopel, for all the things that you taught me. What? Why didn't the person go?
Hi, Ms. Stiles. Thank you for teaching me everything I need to know about accounting.
Hi, Ms. Stidham. I just want to say thank you for being a great teacher and making business fun.
I want to thank Ms. Crawford. She's awesome, and in her class we read tons of fun books, and she makes the whole class fun and not a lot.
We're good. Alright, I love going to Miss Pilar's class. It's one of the most fun classes I go to. I learn so much, and I love that the labs come with so much instruction, and that really helps with education, the amount of instruction we have.
Miss Woods, you were my favorite teacher at A-Tech because you had the greatest sense of humor. You pushed me to my limits like no one else could, and you believed in me even when I wouldn't believe in myself, and I want to thank you for that.
Go.
I'm Andre. You already know me. I just want to say thanks for not being Mr. Ward and actually being approachable for once, and for actually teaching us stuff and making us do more fun things in the lab most of the time, and just being all around a cool person. Yeah, this is awkward.
Hi, Ms. Taylor. I just want to say thank you for all you've done for not only me, but the entire calculus community. I know it's not easy being who you are every single day, keeping that positive attitude that inspires us to learn and survive. So I just want to say thank you, and also for believing in me, because no other teacher did.
Miss Taylor, because she is one of the kindest, most helpful, and most thoughtful teacher I know. She's always in such a good mood, and it's contagious, so that I can't help but be in a good mood when I'm in her class as well.
Ms. Norby, you're my favorite teacher at A-Tech. Your class last year was one of the best classes I've ever had. It was so fun, and everything we did was like pushing the limits. We did it, we were so open-minded, and that kind of environment was really, truly amazing. And that's why you were one of my favorite teachers. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Rowe. You've been awesome. I've had you for the past 3 years now, and each year is still better than the last, so thanks.
Thank you, Skylar, for making learning so fun and for helping us understand how to pass this AP test.
I want to say thanks to Ms. Ziegler for being such a great teacher. I know we learn a lot in English, and it's all thanks to her and her hard work.
Thank you, Ms. Medina, for being my biology teacher in freshman year. I appreciate all of the biology knowledge you taught us, and thank you for always having that big smile when I walk into your class. Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for being my PE teacher freshman and sophomore year. Thank you for taking us out to the field every day and keeping us fit and healthy. You're an amazing teacher.
Mr. Striddy is the best because he doesn't give that much work, and the work that he does give is really easy, and he's a really chill guy.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Gearhart for being such an amazing advisor and teacher. You've helped me grow as a leader throughout the past 4 years.
I'm Mrs. Carlton. I really enjoyed class because you make Spanish really fun, and I really enjoy how you teach the class.
So I am really thankful for Mr. Henderson. I've had him for 2 years for history and history of popular music, and he's a really cool teacher. He makes fun of us, which is something you don't get a lot at A-Tech. And he's really cool. He has good taste in music, and he has a cool car, Darla, and yeah, I love him.
I just want to say thanks to Miss Phelan because she's really nice and she explains everything in detail so the whole class gets it.
I'm grateful for Mr. Zoitopoulos' class because he is an amazing teacher. He gives us great depth in history and gives us a lot of chances to turn in work and make sure that we pass the class and make sure we get the extra knowledge we need and the extra step forward so that we can succeed throughout the rest of high school.
Thank you to Ms. Hill for being such an amazing Spanish teacher. I had her my freshman and my sophomore year for Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. I really enjoyed her class. It was a lot of fun. Ms. Hill's just like a really nice, sweet person who's always like really caring and listens. She's very honest and she does help you like kind of develop your studying skills and just other skills in general in addition to learning Spanish. So I just want to say gracias, Ms. Hill.
Well, I'd like to thank Ms. Shane because she's a really good teacher. I really like how the way she teaches her material. And yeah, thank you for teaching us.
I'm thankful for Ms. Bouchard for teaching us good literature elements that we've been learning for the past few weeks.
And how good she teaches us how to speak.
I would like to say thanks to Miss Woodbury. She was a really great art teacher. She helps me a lot with drawing and see the perspective in art, like contrast, depth, and values, and all things. And gives me a whole look in the new world. I kind of like her.
I'd like to say thank you to Miss Urenia because her classroom is a really fun environment and we get to learn about culture
and a bunch of other interesting things, and it's just really interactive and she does a great job including all of her students.
Hey, I didn't see you.
Oh, hey!
Anyways, we'd like to thank Miss Lee, our Web Design 2 teacher. We're in her Web 2 class. She's really good at incorporating the technology into our assignments, and it's a really great experience.
Yeah, she also gives us difficult assignments, which really challenges us to become better and push ourselves. And because of that, thanks, Miss Lee!